Pokemon and trading card collecting is incredibly fun and kind of addictive. New sets, new packs, and they always create some incredible fun times. However, there are some aspects that I kind of wish I had accepted sooner. Also, if you are new here, this is a new channel which discusses Pokemon investing, Pokemon collecting, and I share insights that I have learned along the way. If these topics interest you, feel free to subscribe. Now, number one, FOMO. You'll feel like you'll miss out, but you won't. So don't overstretch yourself. If I look back at every set I could have gotten, or I missed out because I didn't act quick enough, there's heaps. But really, I don't regret it. The reality is, man, there's like hundreds and thousands of things to collect. Not just Pokemon. I mean, I collect Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball, and video games. If I bought every item I feared that I would miss out and FOMO got the better of me, I would really struggle. So, this is something that happens in every single area, like stocks, investing, crypto, they all experience the same emotion of FOMO. But here's a little secret. There's always gonna be the next set. Like you'll actually burn yourself out really bad financially and emotionally trying to just pre-order every set and stay on top of the game. Just look at the past. You missed out on Cosmic Eclipse? Well, guess what? Celebrations was released. And then if you missed out on that, well, then Evolving Skies came after that. So if you've now missed out on Evolving Skies, well, guess what? Another set is gonna come. So don't buy into the FOMO. That's why I actually made a video regarding rumors around short printing. And you can see that on my channel. I talk about manufactured demand and market scarcity. The simple rule is don't buy into FOMO. Go at your own pace. Now, number two is don't buy items you have no love for because someone told you they're a good investment. Now, I get it. Investing by design is meant to be a non-emotional decision. That's what all the great leaders in investing say, right? Well, here's the news. Trading cards and collectibles is purely emotional. People have nostalgia for certain cards, and this market is literally all emotionally driven purchases. You're in an emotional market. No one is spending thousands of dollars on first edition Pokemon cards because they're gonna save the world or they're gonna offer some incredible medicinal breakthrough. It's an emotional purchase. So when investing, you need to make sure you actually love what you buy and that you have some sort of love for the product. I mean, like right now, One Piece is the hottest topic as a trading card collectible. I mean, my logical mind knows that would probably be a great idea to jump on. I can see the price of singles are rising. I can see how many new fans are entering, and I can see how much love there is for the franchise. Honestly, it's pretty wild. But on the other side, I don't really love One Piece. I prefer Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball, and other franchises. So if I wanted to invest in something that I don't love, I'd probably choose something else outside of collectibles. I'm not saying that One Piece is bad. It's probably really good, but I just don't have the connection with it. So on a personal level, I wouldn't put my money there because I still see this as a hobby over an investment. So don't just jump on cards because of the hype. Make sure you enjoy all the sets and cards that you buy. Now, number three is learning how to market products for sale, especially knowing when to auction versus when to buy it now on eBay. When you have rare items and cards, buy it now can sometimes damage your sale price because when you list it as a rare collectible as buy it now, you actually self-sabotage yourself by unintentionally capping your sale price and you add a lid that's really not meant to be there. So when you're dealing with items that rarely appear on eBay and the way you market it should highlight that it's a rare opportunity. You include the pop report, you include the last time it came on eBay, you sponsor the listing. The right person will appear. A lot of buyers, including myself, have notifications set up on their eBay for when certain items appear on eBay. We're literally just waiting for the right time. So you may just with the initial listing get a bunch of buyers who've been waiting and you leave it as a 10-day auction and you sponsor the listing and you open it up to international buyers and you can get the best price. You never know who has been waiting for a particular card, and if you have a rare item, learn how to market it for the sale. Include pop reports, create demand on your product, and always take clear photos. This is a really important part when dealing with rare collectibles. Now, the next part is timing is not spoken about enough, both for buying and selling. You see, timing is a real important factor. There's always hype around the hobby and there's always times when it goes quiet. It's like anything. Depending if Pokemon is releasing new games, new sets, new things are happening out in the world. But if you have a good collection of PSA slabs or you've got sealed booster boxes, knowing when to work with big Pokemon events is critical to getting the best price. I actually made a video about this and spoke about when the good times in this hobby are, so feel free to check that out. But the same goes for buying. Knowing when to buy is super important because that is a key fundamental that should be spoken about. Now, the next point is short printing is rubbish. It is absolute rubbish. A set being short printed does not make it have demand. It all depends how many people want the set. If Pokemon Go sets were short printed, do you think it would make them more desirable? It literally means nothing other than people in the hobby creating rumors that spread in and amongst themselves. This could be anyone from people wanting their stores to sell product quicker or people want the demand. It has zero effects on the price of sets. Market demand is all that matters. How much people want a set is what matters. Short printing rumors come about every set and they always gain traction, but they do not mean anything and do not take it seriously. Never ever buy into a set because someone says it's short printed. Always focus if the product and the cards are good. If it is short printed, it's probably because there isn't much demand to begin with. Now, the next one is expect the unexpected in collectibles. Arguably, the greatest part of collecting is that no one actually knows what will actually make something valuable in the future. Check out Skyridge. When Skyridge on release, it was the final Wizards of the Coast set. It was never meant to be anything special. It was when Pokemon card hype was dying out and Yu-Gi-Oh was overtaking them. Fast forward today and Skyridge is one of the most desired products in all of Pokemon collecting. Who could have predicted that? I mean, look at Pokemon Sword and Shield base set. It's arguably one of the most boring sets of Sword and Shield. It has nothing special about it. But due to the fact it came right before the COVID boom, it's now the second most expensive set in the Sword and Shield era. Who could have predicted that? The reality is, as much as you'd like to think you can predict these things, it's almost close to impossible. So having an open mind is the key to successful investing. Now, the next point is long-term commitment. This isn't a quick flip. There's nothing about this that's a quick flip. It kind of takes years. And what we saw in 2020 and 2021 was just the exception, not the rule. Don't forget, every day new people are joining the hobby and people are leaving. And they begin researching older cards and sets. The new people in the hobby, they start new collections. People all over the world have different ways they like to collect. Some people like collecting every type of card of one particular Pokemon. Others collect master sets. Others like to collect older sets. Everyone finds different enjoyment in it. So when new players enter the hobby, they sometimes want a particular artwork of an older card. Sometimes they might get lucky with a cheap buy. Other times they're going to be needing to pay a premium to add it in their collection. But when that does happen, it takes years. So don't expect any quick wins anytime soon. The other point is never underestimate nostalgia. Right now, with all collections people are enjoying, they will one day become nostalgic for it. And I mean, nostalgia is like a crazy thing. If you really think about it, it's not really a positive emotion. There's kind of a sense of sadness attached to it, a sense of yearning for a better time. A lot of people make connections in the time and they want to experience it again. They enjoy collecting from a certain era as it reminds them of that time. And nostalgia is constant. It's why the older generations still collect baseball cards and people collect things from their youth. It's a pretty consistent cycle that's proven to be continuously happening with people. So when people argue Pokemon will be the next Beanie Babies, it's not an accurate representation. I mean, how big were Beanie Babies in comparison to Pokemon? They didn't dominate every single game sale. They didn't have a huge anime. They didn't have apps on their phone that you can track your sleep with Pokemon. They were never a global powerhouse like Pokemon, so the comparison never makes sense. Do not underestimate how powerful nostalgia is for each generation that comes in. Now guys, that's all that I really have to say. If you have been enjoying the content, feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you on board the channel and join the community. Guys, I really hope that video helped. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the channel.